up, guys? Welcome back to the Mike J Podcast. It's T Word, the People's Champ. Thanks for tapping in. Today, we're going to be talking about the spring game for the University of Texas Longhorns and basically the debut of Arch Manning, probably one of the most famous college kids in football right now. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into it. The spring game was really a showcase for the quarterbacks for the Texas Longhorns because you've got Quinton Ewers, who's an incumbent coming back from last year. You've got Malik Murphy, big, strong, physical guy coming in looking for a chance at a starting spot. And then you've got Arch Manning, the highly touted freshman, son of Cooper Manning, nephew of Peyton and Eli Manning. So there's a lot of pressure on this kid to perform. And it was going to be a lot for him just coming in. But the good thing is he's got a couple guys ahead of him that'll buy him some time before he needs to take on and shoulder the load of being a Texas starting quarterback. Now, this game was pretty good. I always love the spring game because one thing is for sure, Texas is going to win, right? So, and I'm not going to do this series for every team, just so you guys know, I'm a Texas Longhorns fan. So you're going to see Saints content when you don't see anything else, and you're going to see Longhorns content when you don't see anything else. With that being said, statistically, I saw some really good plays. Ewers is slinging the rock, man. He basically threw the ball at will. He threw a touchdown pass. He had 193 yards passing. He was really accurate. He threw a nice, pretty deep ball. Xavier Worthy, his All-American wide receiver, played really well. I wish that kid would put on a little bit of weight, but he's a speedster and a track guy, so I can see why he won't get bigger. Jordan Whittington came back from injury, another stud receiver for the Longhorns. He played well. And then Adani, his last name's escaping me now, but Adani, this is a transfer wide receiver from University of Georgia. He had a really good game as well. Well over 6 catches, well over 50 yards, and he had a nice one-hand TD. He's the tallest receiver on the team at 6'4". If I'm not mistaken, I know Worthy's pretty close to that. But I just saw a lot of good things from the kid. So those three alone are going to be a big deal. He goes by A.D. Mitchell. That's the transfer receiver. And he showed a lot of skills. That one-hand touchdown just blew my mind. Now, Malik Murphy, the other quarterback, he's a big kid. Colt McCoy was down on the sideline. He talked about him during the game. And one thing he expressed was, he was like, that dude's bigger than Vince Young. Vince Young was 6'5", like well over 200 in college. He said he's bigger. This dude isn't as fluid of a runner, but he can still get out of there. He had a nice couple little scrambles. He throws the passes with authority. He's got the best arm of all the quarterbacks. You can see it. I mean, everything is on a rocket. So it was really cool to see that. Arch Manning, for what it's worth, had a rough day. And like I said, it's okay. I want to see him have these rough days and then overcome them and have him in spring when he's not expected to be the starter. And with the luck that Texas has had at quarterback, the backup quarterbacks often get time. So I want you to get the kinks out in the spring so you've got time to figure it out. Then you can come back in the fall and play better football. From the running back position, C.J. Baxter, Jaden Blue, these dudes really, they got some game. Jaden Blue had the nastiest broken tackle touchdown run where he breaks a tackle and then he does like a cut back, hop, skip, and stutter and heads right into the end zone. It was just a sensational play to see. Something you probably need to look up on YouTube. I was just really impressed. Now, one thing that threw me off, I did see Malik Murphy would have been over 200 yards. He threw a nice bomb to a freshman receiver, DeAndre Moore Jr., who just dropped the pass. It hit him in the hands. And I mean, if he could just pull the turf up and just crawl under it, he would have. It was just a tough play, and he's a freshman. So things happen. Now, he did throw a 79-yard touchdown pass, which was a pretty good play. So like I said, Malik Murphy's that guy. I'm just kind of just flipping through my notes here, just finding different things that I thought were good. Anthony Hill, linebacker, got a nice little sack. It was like the broadcast started talking about him, and then the very play as they were speaking about him, he ran in there and got a sack after they talked about how well he played the ball. I mean, how well he rushed the passer. Defensively, it's like when you watch the spring game, because there's no contact, I didn't see the level of tackling you expect. Because it's spring game, I mean, you don't want to hurt your guys, and the coaches will be on your ass if you do. So I just thought overall, the defense was where it needed to be. The big plays were just really stellar offensive efforts versus blown defense. Like, there's always a defensive back in the picture. The play where DeAndre Moore dropped the ball, there were two DBs in the area, and the play could have been made on the ball. But it's spring, and I get it. It's about understanding your assignments and being where you need to be on defense. Some of the contact stuff comes when you come back in the fall. So I think that they'll be able to clean it up. But Texas has had some recent issues with tackling before this new regime came in. So I do want to see them make more contact, but I think it's something that we'll need to just put on pause and just take a look at it later this year when the fall camp rolls around. But that's my take on the spring game. Love to see it. Happy to see some, burnt orange and white out there on the field. And, it just makes me feel like football's right around the corner. And then we got the draft coming up. And hopefully we'll see Bijan come off the board pretty early and put another Texas running back, at the top of the charts real soon. But this has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. Until the next time, I'm out. Peace.